Hello everybody! So it is Saturday at 3 o'clock, so I am going to go live, and this week, today, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to be showing you the On My Mind paper pumpkin kit. So let's see if I can get sound off, comments on here. Oh, hi Amanda! There we go. Okay, I think I can see everything. So what I've got is I've actually taken it out of the box because there was a pallet on the airplane that sent all the paper pumpkins to Canada that got wet. There was a leak in the plane. So one of my boxes was totally soaked, but luckily this is all wrapped up, so everything inside was totally fine. So we took it out of the box and I'll be using this. I've got my little stamp set here that came with it that has a bunch of different sayings. This is the Pretty Peacock ink spot that came with it this month. I'm going to put that aside and use my big ink pad. And then I do have another few things that I've got here to use. I've grabbed my snips, my bone folder, my take your pick tool with my fancy little Cara flower on there. A snail just because I prefer to use the snail, and then I've got a stamp cleaning pad as well. So I'm going to show you how to use that by the end of the video. All right, let's dive in. I'm going to open up this whole kit. Now this is the kit that coordinates with 3 different suites in the annual catalog. So that is super exciting. Okay, we've got our adhesive dots. And then we've got all our bits and pieces. This is something that confuses a lot of people. You actually have to take that off to get the instructions. The instructions are in here. So we've got our big instruction sheet. I'm going to put that up there so that I don't get lost. Our little embellishments here. Ooh, those are cool. They're like round dimensionals. I think I know what those are for. Other dimensionals, envelopes, we'll put those to the side so I don't lose them. All our little cardstock pieces. I'm going to take just one of each of these out because that's all that we're going to need. Because I'm just going to make, as usual, just one card of each. Hey, Sue, how's it going? So all our little cardstock pieces are going to come out. We've got this, so this is the one that coordinates with woven threads. So it's got these nice kind of like antique carpet patterns to it. Oh, and then we've got our labels here. We've got our ship's wheel, which looks an awful lot like it's the right size to go onto those round dimensionals. And then we have a craft cardstock card base, some greens, some probably Sahara sand, and then we've got our little leafies here too. So I'm gonna again grab just one of each of these because gonna grab 2 of those ones and see if, there we go. Then we can add those. Now I've totally forgot what the 3rd suite is. It's Come Sail Away, Woven Threads, and I can never remember what this one is called. Does anybody remember what that one was called? It probably says on the instructions here, doesn't it? It says, oh no, it doesn't. That's actually surprising. Huh. It's like garden something. I can't remember what that's called now. Well, don't I feel stupid. All right, anyways, on to the card making. Put all that stuff over here, and I'm gonna stamp my greetings. So this is actually super handy because I am way behind on my birthday cards. So I'm gonna make them all as happy birthday cards. I'm gonna do happy birthday on everything. Now, I did have a block here, there we go. And again, your first kit will always come with a block. Super handy to know. Okay, Pretty Peacock. Now, in the samples, they've used different greetings. So on the kind of longer, oh I got ink all over myself already. On the longer banner piece there, it actually says you're the best. And then on the bigger one here, it says that you've been on my mind. But I'm gonna do them all as birthday cards because I desperately need birthday cards right now. Oh, now this is something that happens sometimes. I don't know if you can see that, but on the photopolymer stamps, when they're brand new, sometimes the ink beads up like that. Super easy fix. All you're gonna do is take a microfiber cloth or your Stampin' Scrub, and you're gonna give it a bit of a clean. So this just helps get kind of some of the gook from the manufacturing off. And that will make it so that once it's dry, maybe I should have done that on my Stampin' Scrub, which is around here somewhere. Oh, right under my chamois. And we're gonna dry it off a bit there. Okay. So now, when I stamp it up, the ink kind of stays put way better. And I want to cover up the ink that okay, one. And I'm just going to stamp these all because then I'm going to get it done, in theory, right? I'm only going to show you guys 3, but I might as well stamp all of my labels. Has anybody looked up what that third suite is called? My brain is totally not on the ball this morning, afternoon, whatever it is. Where do I want that? Kind of in the middle, I guess. So it's kind of cool because it does like a little bit of an emboss resist over the gold, so the ink doesn't stick to the cardstock there, which I actually think is kind of cool because it really makes it look like it's one piece. All right, like it's meant to be. And I'm gonna take some of this ink off with my chamois again. It actually cleaned off really well. I thought Pretty Peacock would stain more, which was kind of my point, to show you what. So often with photopolymer stamps, they get stained. So you can't really see it with this one. Unfortunately, I thought Pretty Peacock would stain more, but definitely your reds do. So your stamp cleaning pad here just helps take some of that staining off. And then you do want to rinse it with water after, which is why I have my microfiber cloth, just to take then that dye off, and it's super clean. So now we're done with that, and we can toss that on there. Perfect. All right, now I need to pull one of these off, or I should say one of each of these off. Then I can show you my magical secret to when you get ink in places where you don't want it, how to get rid of it. Okie dokie. And it's super simple. Okay, so we've got our 3 labels. We'll put the rest aside and bring back our 3 card bases. So we've done step 1 is stamp, die, cut labels. Step 2 is layer the elements using adhesive dots and or dimensionals. So this is for the On My Mind card, which is this one here. I'm gonna fold it and use the bone folder. Get that all nice and tidied up. Now we're gonna layer our pieces. And I think for this one, we're using all of these little ones, right? Yes, okay, so this one is going to go just underneath on the card base. Oh no, I'm doing this wrong. Okay, first layer is this, and I'm gonna pop it up on dimensionals. Because any of these you can layer with dimensionals, or you can not. You can kind of do whatever you want, which is really nice. These are different dimensionals too. They're more like the dimensionals that you can just order from the catalog. So they're almost a little bit softer. They're very thick and very fluffy. Not fluffy, soft, like, I don't know. Now I'm just trying to come up with words to describe dimensionals and it's not working. What am I thinking of? Garden length. Perfect. Thank you, Sue. That was the other bundle. Okay. So this is going to go in the middle here. Now this is going to go on there because it's going to go kind of under my label here. And this label is going to go on with dimensionals. I knew it was garden something. And my super extra puffy dimensionals, they kind of feel cool. They're very squishy. All right, so this is going to go popped up a little bit. And we're going to pop that up on there. And then this is going to go over top of everything else. And again with the snail, you've got the adhesive dots in your kit, so you don't need to have the snail. But I prefer just to use my snail because it's quick and easy. Okay, and then how much of 10 inches of twine? So it comes with some linen thread in here and a paper clip. So we're going to take the paper clip and we're going to take 10 inches of twine. And again, the instructions have a ruler on them. I'm just going to use my grid paper because it's right there. And I'm going to cut this. All right, bow time. Now, I know everybody hates tying bows, so I'm going to yet again show you how I tie bows on things. So when it's onto something like this, I do a loop knot first. So to do that, it's like tying that first knot in your shoelaces. You just cross them and then loop one around. Easy peasy. Then you can adjust that so that it's kind of in the middle. And then when you're tying a bow, this is like tying your shoelaces. You do a loop like that, come around and through that hole there. So that one's like tying your shoelaces when you're tying it onto something. And it gets a little bit more complicated when you're not actually tying onto something. But I think I've got another one like that, so I will show you how I do those ones in a bit, I believe. Okay, now this is just going to get clipped onto here. And that is almost this card done. So I'm just going to actually move that over because I don't want it to be too much in the way. Okay, so now we just have the sequins to do. So we're going to attach some sequins. And I think they're just any of them. So we've got this little packet of sequins that already have adhesive on the back. So this is a good place to use my Take Your Pick tool. And I like to show off my little flower that I put on there. So I'm going to use the poker end. And I'm going to just use that to pick up my little glue dotted sequins and put them on my card. There we go. So there is that card done. Yay, I have a birthday card done. Next up, we're gonna use this craft textured paper. Now with this one, I wanna be careful. I'm not gonna use my bone folder on the front. I'm gonna just use it on the back. Sue Leah was a very good girl yesterday. Thank you again so much for taking her for walkies. We went for another walk afterwards and she was very happy. Okay, so now we're going to layer this up with snail again. Now this is going just on the end here. With the dots, it makes it really easy to line things up straight too, which I really appreciate because I rarely line things up straight on the first try. And then we are layering up with, you know what, I think I am going to use the adhesive dots for this. So for things like these leaves and stuff, the adhesive dots actually work really well, especially when you combine them with the Take Your Pick tool. Yes, I'm still trying to convince Kara, who's not watching this live, how much she needs a Take Your Pick tool. Okay, so we're going to put leaf, and a little sprig of whatever this is. Here, there we go. Okay, oops, that one didn't stick very well. Maybe we need to add another. I do like these adhesive dots for one thing over glue dots, and that's that they're nice and flat. Oh, hey, Grace. That's funny. You can't hear me because of the road noise, but you're watching. I hope you're not driving. I'm assuming somebody's driving for you. Now I have a banner here that I missed in my travels through my papers here. Did I? No, I've got a pen. Alrighty. Oh, there we go. There's a whole nother whack of stuff here that I totally missed. So that one is for there, so that one is for there. Okay, there we go. I can see how easy it is to miss things in here. There's just so much. To make sure that you pull it all out. And I'm gonna put that one like that. Okay. And then I'm gonna put this one. I'm gonna take my linen thread and wrap it around before I glue this down. So this one is 15 inches. And I need the assistance of a glue dot here, I believe, to make this work as well as I'd hope. Good. I'm glad you're not driving, Grace. That would be super awkward. Okay. So one thing, Sue, that I've discovered, and I don't know if this applies to you or not, people have more trouble lining things up, including stamping straight, if they're wearing bifocal glasses. So if you wear bifocals, what happens is, this is kind of that perfect distance that you're looking into kind of the upper and the lower part, or if you've got, what are they called? The ones that aren't like bifocals, but like the like gradient variation, not transitions is the ones that turn dark. But so you're kind of looking, and it actually really messes with your depth perception. So it's a lot harder to line things up straight and to stamp straight up and down if you're wearing bifocals. So what I tell people to do when they're stamping is put their hands on the surface they're stamping onto, because that will help guide your hands by touch to go straight up and down. Because otherwise what I find is that everybody who wears bifocals, they stamp on an angle and they stamp down just one side of the stamp, but not the other one. It's kind of crazy. All right, so I did tie that first knot on here, and now I'm just gonna tie that shoelace bow again. So this is actually the same as the other one. And then just bring the little ends in so that it's the size I want it to be. Okay. If you find that your loops are twisting, if you kind of give them a twist as you pull them, it actually kind of reverses the twist, and you'll find that the loops stay a single loop instead of a twisty loop. Okay, now this is going to go on with dimensionals as well. Now, oh, they're so squishy. They feel those dimensionals are really tripping me up. They're so squishy. All right, so now we've got another card done, except for these little guys. So now, see, I've got some ink down here that I had annoying fingers, so I'm just gonna cover it up with the sequins. Then I don't have to worry. Nobody's gonna know that I got ink all over my fingers and all over my card. Ta-da! All right, last but certainly not least, we've got the one with the boat, which was the other piece that was on that sheet that I totally missed. Okay. Step 4, layer elements using adhesive dots and or dimensionals. And it's another 15-inch linen thread bow. And this one is the one, I believe, yes, that is the freestanding bow. So I'm going to do this first to show you how I do my freestanding bows. So for this one, and I hope that you can see that on this background, I've got my long piece here. And yes, I'm going to show you this every time I do it. If you've watched a lot of my videos, you've watched me explain this a million times. Hopefully one of these times it will click for you. So I've got my fingers on either side, and I'm going to make big bunny ear loops. So I've got my big bunny ear loops. I'm going to cross them, and the one that's on top is going to go behind the one on the bottom and come through the loop that's the middle. And then you're going to pull those together. Now you've got your knot, and you just need to pull. And again, if you're see how this is starting to twist? If you kind of twist it the other way, as you pull, it will actually undo that twist and leave you with a nice little loop, a nice little loopy loop. Okay, this one actually needs to be fairly big, the ears and the things. So I'm going to adjust that later once I've got it on my card. Okay, so for this one, I need all of these layers. So there's the circle that has kind of the stitch details around the edge. That piece. The boat that does have these little punch outs here. And this is the same boat, just in a different size from the Come Sail Away With Me suite, which is kind of cool because you can actually combine them, and then you have many different sizes of boats. And then we've got some little clouds here. Ooh, this would be kind of fun with the embossing paste too, because these are similar clouds to the embossing, the mask. Okay, so how are we going to layer these? Okay, the clouds are going to go on first. So we'll put a bit of snail on there. Again, we've got some lines, so we can line it up nicely. There we go, and then we're going to put the circle over top. So that's going to go over top of the clouds a little bit. Then we're going to put the boat on there. The boat's going to go on there. Look at how pretty. And then we've got our ship's wheel here. So the ship's wheel, we're going to be able to use these round dimensionals, which are super exciting. So this will actually fit, I'm assuming, onto the ship's wheel and kind of be perfectly lined up. And it totally is, so that you can't see it from the front. So cool. Okay. So that we'll put up there, and then we're going to layer this up. We're going to pop this strip on of this kind of what's it called, balmy blue. We're going to put that on there, and now we're going to put our happy birthday on here too. Hi, Jamie. So glad you caught me. All right, I'm going to put some snail on the bottom. So this is kind of my trick because I'm layering things. Some of the things are already popped up, and then these ones are going to be kind of half on those things that are popped up already. So I'm using snail on the bottom because that's going to go onto this that already has dimensionals, and I put dimensionals on the top because there's already dimensionals there. Except that I put this one over too close to the ship's wheel. So we'll shove that one over there. Okay. So now, when I put this on here, it goes on and it stays even. Now, again, I'm going to put some sequins on here because I need to cover up my little ink boo-boos. pretty much I use rhinestones and sequins and that kind of stuff to cover up all my boo-boos. It's just a thing that always happens. There we go. Oh, I forgot the bow. The bow is supposed to go behind here. That's okay. We can still make this happen. I'm going to put a glue, not a glue dot, an adhesive dot on the back there. And I'm going to shove it under with my, take your pick, so that I am slightly less totally out to lunch. Yes, Sue, and you can kind of see them on the edge. So like with the ship's wheel, if that ship's wheel were black, the black dimensionals would be awesome. So those of you that don't know what Sue is talking about, some of the previews of the new holiday catalog we've seen include the fact that we're going to be getting black dimensionals. And we're pretty excited about it. Which is a great segue. Yes, Jamie, this is Paper Pumpkin. This is the Paper Pumpkin kit from July. So which is a great segue, thanks Sue, to the holiday catalog. If you would like to get a holiday catalog, let me know. I'm going to be sending them out to people basically that are asking for them. So let me know if you want one. If you're a demonstrator already, obviously you're going to be getting one in the mail next month. But if you're not a demonstrator and you don't have a demonstrator already, just drop me a note. I'll need your address and I can send you one in Canada. And if you do have a demonstrator, talk to them. And if they're not willing to send you one, I'll get you one. Don't worry about it. All right, so there's my 3 cards from Paper Pumpkin. For next month, we've got that fall kind of gift bags kit that we're going to be getting. So don't forget to subscribe to that if you want it. We do have the alternates for the cards that are going to be coming as well. So I'm super excited to show you guys that. But you have to subscribe before August 10th in order to get it. If you want to see a preview, there's previews on my Instagram, on my Facebook, and you can take a look at them. And yeah, it's fall already. Isn't that crazy, Jamie? If you need to subscribe, you can go to thecraftymedic.com. There's a link there to subscribe month to month, as well as to purchase the prepaid subscriptions. The prepaid subscriptions are a better deal than the month to month. There's a little bit of a discount up to you get a kit free if you pay for the 12 months at a time. And that's all available through my website there, thecraftymedic.com, and all the links are there. Have a great afternoon. Enjoy the sunshine. Don't let the fact that fall is almost here kill your summer. And I will see you on Tuesday when I will be live at 7 p.m. Happy stamping. Thanks, Danielle.